Hello and welcome to Music Theory Nugget series. In this video we'll be talking about how to draw a piano keyboard. When it comes time to take your grade 5 theory exam, there are a few things you'll want to write down from memory at the start of the exam. Even with the new online exams, you're allowed to write on plain paper during the exam, and the first thing you need to do is to draw and label a piano keyboard. Once you've drawn and labelled your keyboard, you'll be able to use it as a reference tool for many exam questions. I teach this skill to my grade 1 students and make sure they draw a piano keyboard during every theory lesson so they can refer to it. This is especially important for students who do not play the piano because they will need to understand the keyboard layout and how it works. There are numerous ways to draw a keyboard, some of which are quite elaborate and quite beautiful. However, you only really need a simple sketch, which is why I use the bunny's teeth method. It is quick and functional. Let's move this keyboard out the way and draw a new one. So to start, we're going to start off by drawing 2 bunny's teeth. It was just like this. Then we'll leave a space and we will draw 3 bunny's teeth. Then we'll leave a space and draw 2 more bunny's teeth, and then a space and 3 more bunny's teeth. You need to have a line across the top of your keyboard. You need to go down the sides, and you need to have a space at the bottom and draw your line along here. I've seen many students draw their bottom line here, which of course doesn't work because you need the space for the white keys. The next step is to separate your bunny's teeth, so draw a line between each section of bunny's teeth, and then you also need to draw a line between each bunny's tooth down to the bottom, like this. Now, you can shade in the keys, but we won't, just to make it quick and easy. In the exam, you might not have time to do it. So this is our basic keyboard, and now we need to know how to label it. To find the C, look for the 2 bunny's teeth. That's these here, and it's repeated up here. And then you look to the white key 1 semitone lower, which is this key. So we're going to label this one up as C. This one can also be labelled as C, and then we use the alphabet, remembering that the musical alphabet goes from A to G, and after G we return to A again. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. I'm assuming you all know what a semitone is, so this is just a reminder that if you go up 1 semitone or a half step, then you're making the note sharper, and if you go down a semitone or a half step, then you're making the note flatter. So with this knowledge, we can now label up the black notes. We can start at C, and if you go up 1 semitone, you're going to go to C sharp. So we'll label that across the top. Now the next note here is if we go up 1 semitone from D, we get to D sharp. Now the next one, go up 1 semitone from F, and we get to F sharp, and then we get to G sharp, and then we get to A sharp, and then we finished our pattern. So you can now copy across, knowing that this bunny's 2 teeth here and these bunny's teeth here are going to also match up. So here we've got a C sharp and a D sharp, and then we have F sharp, G sharp and A sharp. Now we also need to make sure we have all our enharmonic equivalents, so we can now go backwards starting at B, and we go down a semitone here, which takes us to B flat. So on top we're going to write the flats for our black keys. So the next one is down a semitone for A, so that's going to be A flat, and then we've got G flat, and then we've got E flat, and we have got D flat, and then they all start to repeat again, so it goes down to B flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, and D flat. And there we have it. We have drawn out our piano keyboards and we have labelled it up. We can now use it as a reference tool in the exam. For the next part of the video, you will need some plain paper and a pencil. If you need to go and get them now, I suggest you press pause on the video and go and get your pencil and paper, and then press play again when you've arrived back. So I'm hoping now that you've all got your paper and pencils, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw the keyboard together, and then we'll label it up together. So the first thing you're going to do is to remember your two bunny's teeth. So we start off with two bunny's teeth, we leave a space, three bunny's teeth, space, two bunny's teeth, space, three bunny's teeth. I'm going to draw a line across the top. I'm going to leave a space. Make sure you don't draw a line here. I've seen many students do that. So we're going to leave a space and draw a space down, a line down the bottom, connect it together, separate the bunny's teeth, and you're going to draw a line down the middle of each of your teeth. If you need to stop the video anytime, make sure you pause and then you can catch up. Okay, so now you've got your keyboard, we're going to label it up, and if you remember, it's the semitone to the left, one semitone down from the two bunny's teeth, that we can label up first, and we label this up as a C. So we're going to write that one as a C, and then you can go and find the other two bunny's teeth, and you can also label the one up to the left as a C, and then you can fill the rest of the letters in. C, D, E, F, G, remember to go back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. And for those of you who don't play the piano and the keyboard is often an alien reference tool, it's really useful to put these C's in first of all, just to check that you've got your lettering in the right place. And then the next step is you want to draw your sharps and your flats. We are going to start with the sharps first of all for our black keys, and we're going to go up a step to C sharp. You can either write it on the note or you can write it just above. And this one's going to be D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then they start to repeat again, so you can double check to make sure that you have worked it out correct by checking to make sure that the pattern is exactly the same. Okay, and then when you have written your sharps, you're then going to look at the flats, and you can start at the other end and go backwards. So we start on the B and we go backwards So one step down from a B is going to be B flat, then you've got A flat, G flat, E flat, D flat, and then the pattern starts again. E flat and D flat. And there you have it. You have a labelled up piano keyboard which you can use as a reference tool. I would challenge you all to write a brand new keyboard every single day for a week and label it up using this video to make sure that you've got everything in the right place. If you can do it by the end of the week, then maybe go to drawing your keyboard once or twice a week to keep on top of the skill, so that when you're working with your theory you can draw one very quickly and accurately onto some blank paper without using something else to reference against, because this is what it's going to be like in your exam. Good luck.